Hi, my name is Michael Fiore, and in this short video, I'm going to do two amazing things as a personal favor for you. I'm going to introduce you to a pair of magical breasts that will get you laid, and I'm going to teach you a secret, recently discovered evolutionary cheat code that actually opens up the mind, heart, and even panties of almost any woman you want. Now, if you ever played a video game before, you already know what a cheat code is and what it does. A cheat code is a simple, secret sequence of button presses that allows you to skip all the BS and the work that every other guy has to go through and suddenly get godlike powers, which give you absolute control so you can get exactly what you really want. And this scientifically proven evolutionary cheat code I'm about to reveal does the exact same thing to the female mind. The cheat code is a trick of female psychology that allows even the dorkiest guy to subtly press secret buttons in a girl's mind without her having any idea what you're doing to create a powerful emotional response. Whether that be lust or love or something deeper you've been holding on to desperately for years, craving in the dark hours of the night, not telling anyone about. And the great thing is that the thousands of guys who have mastered this cheat code already discovered it works to create connection and sexual desire with hot, beautiful, intelligent, amazing women, even if you're short, fat, ugly, broke, have no sense of humor, have no confidence, or get so nervous around girls that you'd rather chew off your own leg than talk to one. So you don't really have an excuse. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly how to use this evolutionary cheat code in just a second. But first, I have to tell you why I care so much about you getting good with girls, getting a girlfriend, and getting laid as much as you want. And to do that, I have to tell you an incredibly embarrassing story I've never shared before because it could ruin my reputation and even my life. See, like I said, my name is Michael Fiore, and as weird as it is for me to even say it, I'm an internationally known relationship expert. It's actually a picture of me on the Rachel Ray show a couple of years ago, and all those logos on the bottom of your screen are various radio stations and TV stations I've been on. Plus, I'm an Amazon and Wall Street Journal best-selling author for books like Make Him Beg to Be Your Boyfriend and How to Crack the Man Code. Beyond that, I'm married to a gorgeous redhead who's hotter, nicer, and sexier than any girl I thought I'd ever get. But beneath all of that, hidden from view and scared of the light, and this is embarrassing, I'm a dork, a nerd, a hopeless geek who was scared of women and had no idea how to talk to them. That's a picture of me back in high school. And yes, I want to beat myself up just seeing it. See, probably just like you, all through high school and college and my 20s, I was frustrated and horny and confused by girls and, well, pissed off. Pissed off because the beautiful girls in my class, who I wanted so damned much with their short skirts and toned thighs and smiles and smells and poofy 90s hairstyles, treated me like I was sexually invisible. Even though I was smart and nice and funny, the girls I lusted after and craved and would kill to have as my girlfriend ignored me. Laura Robbins actually laughed when I asked her out, making my testicles crawl up inside my body in shame. Sherry Martin told me she just thought of me as a friend. And Aaron Smith said, "Mike, any girl would be lucky to have you. And I can't believe you're single." And of course, these same girls threw themselves at the dumb jocks and idiots who treated them like crap, used them, and broke their hearts while I just stood there and watched. And of course, like a sucker, I was there when they came crying back to me afterwards, like Sarah Reynolds did, sobbing about why she couldn't just find a nice guy who would treat her right, while I was right there, gritting my teeth and ready to do anything for her or to her. But she just ignored me, like every girl did. And actually, it wasn't her fault. I'll explain why in a second. But she thought of me as some emotional Ken doll, fun to toy with, but that's it. College was like being an accidental vegetarian at the all-you-can-eat sex buffet. Absolutely gorgeous women everywhere, yet I continued to sexually starve. My dad would call me up and say, "Mike, you must be swimming in girls." And I'd lie to him and say, "Oh, yeah, Dad." But I wasn't. In fact, I can count the number of women I slept with in college on 2 fingers of one hand. They weren't that attractive, and I think they only slept with me out of pity or to save their own low self-esteem. After college, I moved to LA and spent 2 long years in a sexual desert. I was working in the TV industry, and everywhere I'd go, I'd see models and actresses and porn stars and toned, tanned flesh. But, and this is embarrassing, the only female contact I got was when I tricked a coworker into giving me a hug. See, Heather was stressed out about a production budget at work, and I said, "Oh, poor thing," and hugged her like I was her brother. And even though it was just a joke to her, even though I wasn't even attracted to her, I stole that fake affection. I just savored that touch for as long as she would let me, feeling the heat from her body, smelling her hair, wanting more than anything to be wanted. And for 8 more years, things actually got worse. I moved to Seattle and fell into and out of a horrible, sexless relationship where we fought constantly, and she made me ashamed of my sex drive, my penis, my desire to sleep with the woman I thought I loved. And once I was single, I read books by pickup artists and felt this mix of desperate hope and horrible disgust welling up inside me as I tried using lame lines on drunk chicks at clubs. And even though once or twice I got a girl to go home with me for clumsy, passionless, disconnected sex, I just got lonelier. I just felt more hollow. I just watched more porn and got angrier and more pissed off. Angry at the smart, amazing, beautiful girls I wanted who would never fall for lines and who just ignored me, put me in the friend zone, or laughed at the lame lines I'd learned from gurus and called me a player behind my back. At the tall, confident guys the hottest chicks wanted and passed me over for again and again. And most of all, I was so angry at myself for not being good enough, for being desperately unattractive, no matter how much I worked out or how I dressed, for not understanding what women actually wanted, needed to truly fall for a guy and give themselves to a guy, mind, body, and soul. So what changed everything about my life? What made women easy? What gave me the power to connect with women so they actually approached, hit on, and talked to me? Well, do you remember when I told you I was going to introduce you to a pair of magical breasts? I was in Las Vegas at a business conference 4 years ago when I first saw Miss X. She was hot, short and spiky heels, pretty. She had and has amazing breasts. I'm not proud to say it, but I tried a line on her I'd read in some pickup book and watched in horror as her eyes got wide, her mouth formed into a smile, and she laughed at me. See, Miss X wasn't just some hot chick at the hotel bar. She was actually kind of famous. She was a girl who was famous for helping geeky guys like me get girls. She had a podcast. She wrote for magazines. She was even on TV all the time. And sitting there at the bar, she looked at me and said, "I'm not going to sleep with you, but if you want me to, I'll teach you the 3 steps to let you play women like a video game, to seduce, date, or even marry any girl you want." Now, a little confused, I said, "Sure," and I sat down and we started talking. Within minutes, I was opening up about everything, about my fumbling attempts to get a great girlfriend since high school, my failed career as a pickup artist who hated using lines on girls but had no idea what else to do, about my confusion around women, about my anger. And then this beautiful woman reached her hand across the table and with a smile I could feel in my pants, said something I wasn't expecting at all. "Women are liars, not to you, but to ourselves." I was confused, but then she explained the desire gap and the flat-out war going on in every woman's mind. The war between what a woman thinks she wants and even says she wants, which is a nice guy who will be her friend, and what thousands of years of evolution have programmed her to want. See, no matter what we think, when it comes to sex and love, humans are still just dumb animals unconsciously trying to propagate our genes through history. And just like you can't make yourself fall for an ugly girl, no matter how nice she is, no matter if she's your best friend, because evolution demands that you try to date the hottest woman you can find, women have absolutely no control over who they're primally attracted to. Strong, powerful men who make them feel safe and who demand their respect. So no matter how nice you are, no matter how much a woman likes you, a woman will never want you unless she sees you as a strong, powerful man who she respects and who makes her feel safe. Now, it's not that women want to be with jerks. It's that jerks, without even knowing it most of the time, trigger powerful emotional responses in women that trip her evolution circuits and trick her into feeling attraction. Now, at this point, Miss X and I had been sitting there for hours. I was 3 or maybe 12 drinks in, and I was depressed. Depressed because I wasn't a strong, powerful man women would be attracted to. And depressed because I didn't want to be a jerk, to be mean to women, just to get them to sleep with me. So I asked, is there a way to be myself, to be a good guy and still get the girl? And that's when Miss X taught me the code, the evolutionary cheat code for female sexual desire, emotional desire, and even love. She said, Mike, knowledge is power, and the knowledge I'm about to give you will make you more powerful with women than you ever thought possible. And then she explained, to get a woman to want you more than she's wanted any other man, to kick you out of the friend zone forever, to give herself to you absolutely, you just have to press 3 buttons in her mind, buttons she's evolved to respond to over thousands of years and that she's actually powerless to resist. Buttons she's evolved to respond to over millions of years and that women are actually powerless to resist. First, you have to push the connection button to make her feel like you understand her in a way no other man ever has. Now, I can tell you from my own work teaching women about men that women will do anything for a guy if they simply feel seen and understood by him, even if they don't find him physically attractive. Second, you have to push the desire button, the sexual desire button. The trick here is that for most women, getting turned on by a guy has almost nothing to do with how tall you are, how good looking you are, or how big your dick is. Sex for women is almost 100% mental. And simply by saying a few words to a woman, you can get her mind so turned on, her body is desperate to follow. And third, you have to push the fate button. This is a tricky one, but most women live their whole lives looking for the one and being disappointed as they end up again and again with jerks. But once you understand female psychology, it's almost too easy to make a woman feel like she's destined to be with you, to wake up to you as the one man she knows is the one for her forever, or even just for one incredible night. As Miss X explained, just push these 3 evolutionary buttons in any girl's mind, and she'll find herself suddenly desperate to be with you, to open up to you in a way she's never opened up to a man before in her life, without changing a single thing about who you are. Suddenly, the girl who wouldn't give you the time of day finds herself eyeing you flirtily from across the bar and having no idea why. Suddenly, the woman who put you in the friend zone finds herself anxious and desperate to impress you, to have you, to seduce you. Suddenly, your ex-girlfriend finds herself overwhelmed with regret, crying about how she screwed things up, begging to have you back. All because you learned a simple cheat code that finally gets you the girl. Now, you might be thinking, Mike, that sounds pretty amazing, but how do I actually push those buttons? What do I do? What do I say? And that's a great question. But unfortunately, I can't tell you. See, after my evening talking to Miss X, my life changed fast. Suddenly, women weren't scary anymore. They were easy. Easy to talk to, easy to seduce, easy to make not just like me, but to fall for me. At first, I was like a kid at the candy store, meeting and seducing beautiful women and having them actually thank me for it, acting out every sexual fantasy I ever had and a few I didn't know I had. And I know it sounds crazy, but eventually I got bored of the single active bachelor thing. And I used everything I learned to get the girlfriend, the fiance, and finally the wife I didn't even know I wanted, until I met a woman who made every other woman fade away like sexy ghosts. And through it all, I talked to Miss X, watched her on TV as her career took off, but she never publicly revealed the secrets behind the code. The simple secrets she'd taught me to basically rewire a woman's mind and create incredible levels of emotion simply by pushing these evolutionary buttons in her mind. And when I called Miss X and asked her about it, she said, Mike, I'd love to teach this stuff, but it's just too dangerous for me to do it publicly. I was exasperated, frustrated, guilty. I had an email list of over 70,000 guys writing me every day, asking me how to truly get the girl. And I knew what I should tell them, the exact techniques and ideas and formulas. I felt like I had a nuclear bomb in the war of the sexes and I wasn't allowed to use it. So finally, I did something I'm not proud of. I begged Miss X to teach the exact scientific steps for even the dorkiest, most hopeless guy to get the girl. Get her mentally so you understand her better than she understands herself. Get her emotionally so she falls in love with you even if she ignores you now. Get her physically, passionately, eagerly. And after ignoring me, yelling at me, and even calling me a jerk, she finally agreed under 2 important conditions. Condition 1 was that she needed to stay anonymous, at least at first. That nobody was allowed to know it was her teaching this stuff unless they'd actually enrolled in the program first. It could just be too damaging to her career otherwise. And 2, I was only allowed to let good, regular guys in. Guys who aren't models, who aren't pickup artists, who aren't going to use this stuff to manipulate women. Finally, after I'd sworn up and down that I'd do anything to share this material with guys who were suffering like I was, Miss X agreed to do a trial run. And after months of work, we're finally ready to release a program we call the Get the Girl Code. Now, Get the Girl Code is a step-by-step, almost automatic online training program in which Miss X gives you the secret owner's manual for the female mind and teaches you how to make any woman you want feel amazing, instantaneous connection with you. So she suddenly lusts after you, chases you, competes for you with other women, and even begs to be yours whether you've just met her or she's had you in the friend zone for years. Now, Jason says, to be honest, I wasn't expecting results so quickly. Even after week 1, I couldn't believe how different I felt. Women were looking at me differently and responding to me in a totally different way. I've done programs run by men before, but honestly, just having the female feedback made a world of difference. Josh says, thanks to your advice, my sexual life has been revamped. In the past 3 months, I've been in bed with more women than the last 2 years combined. And Mark says, I've wanted this one girl for years. I just used one technique you gave me, and suddenly she was hitting on me. Amazing. Thank you. Now, as you can see, this material is powerful and life-changing. It's the magic key to finally getting the hot, sexy, devoted girlfriend you've always wanted, or having your pick of any girl you want, whether you want her for a moment, a night, or the rest of your life. So here's just a tiny taste of the incredible tricks and done-for-you techniques you'll learn if you're one of the lucky few guys allowed to enroll in the program today. When you enroll in the Get the Girl Code program, you'll discover how to drop a desire bomb in a woman's mind, an insidious thought trap that draws her unconscious back to you again and again for hours or even days after meeting you, even if your interaction seemed totally innocent at the time. You'll discover the escape velocity trick for getting out of the friend zone with a girl, even if you've been there for years. You'll learn the panty dropper note technique. Just slip this note into a girl's hand to send a magical sensation through her body so she rubs her thighs together and craves you more powerfully than she has any man before. You'll learn how to play a woman's emotions like an organ, how to stop a woman's jealousy in its tracks, how to have a crying woman almost magically cheer up, how to create subconscious attraction deep in her lizard brain so she's primally attracted to you even if she doesn't want to be. You'll discover how to connect with a woman on a deep emotional level so she suddenly sees you as her dream man, even if you don't fit a single thing on her perfect man list. Next, you'll learn what women really find attractive and how to force women to objectify you and find you to be the single most physically attractive man she's ever seen. Even if you're fat, bald, and broke, you'll use this rose-colored glasses technique to actually rewrite her libido. Ever wonder why women react the way they do to the voice of Barry White? You're going to learn Miss X's vocal seduction technique so you can use your voice as an emotional and sexual remote control where you can turn her on, calm her down, or make her feel something very close to love just by controlling the rhythm and tone of your voice. With Get the Girl Code, you'll feel like you have a PhD in women as you discover why women have a deep-rooted evolutionary need to be pursued and how to flip the switch in her mind so she finds herself flustered and desperate as she chases you. Ever ask a girl what's wrong only to have her pout and say, nothing? You'll learn the instant soother technique that will have even the most emotionally volatile woman purring like a kitten. You'll discover why most women aren't gold diggers, but actually are emotionally and physically attracted to rich guys, and how to fool her resource radar into falling for you even if you're dead broke. Next, you'll learn the mind control gaze technique that actually gets women to try to pick you up at the supermarket. The secret of ghost attraction, and how to give a girl the emotional heroin she needs to throw herself at you like a teen girl at a Justin Bieber concert. You're going to discover how to identify a woman's invisible tells, the almost imperceptible signals she gives to say she likes you, wants you to talk to her, or even wants to rip her clothes off. Fact, most women think they're being obvious, but unless you've been trained, you'll find these tells impossible to spot. In Get the Girl Code, you'll learn the 13 universal signals women give off and exactly how to create an attraction loop with her to multiply her desire for you by 100 or more. You'll discover the future seed method, how to almost hypnotize a woman into fantasizing about what it would be like to be with you forever. How to spy on other guys and see exactly what they're saying to women you want online. Do this one trick and you'll suddenly realize how lame the competition is, the huge mistake you've been making with girls right now, and how to be the one guy she begs to have in her inbox. Next, you'll learn why women think they're being nice when they don't return your texts, and how to re-spark her interest in you, even if it's been weeks or months since you met. How to tell if she's ready for you to kiss her. This is very cool. And how to give her the conqueror kiss that takes her breath away and has her pushing her body against you. Important. If the first kiss is bad, you will never get a second one. Here's exactly what to do to play her mouth like a violin. And that's just in the first half of the program. You're also going to learn the irresistible man mindset and how to trick yourself into being confident, powerful, and irresistible to women. How to approach any woman in any circumstance. Now, Miss X developed this method after coaching more than 10,000 guys. You'll learn the rejection-proof phrase that will have women flirting and begging for your attention. The high horse technique of bringing a woman down to your level so she actually competes for you. And no, this doesn't involve insulting a girl, but you'll be shocked at how intensely turned on she is after you use this trick. Always find yourself running out of what to say? Using Miss X's conversation matrix method, you'll be able to talk to a girl about literally anything without ever running out of things to say and without memorizing a single routine. Plus, you'll get the fail-proof openers every girl wants to hear. You'll discover why using logic with women is a death sentence and how to master emotional surfing so you 100% understand what's going on in a girl's mind and heart at any moment. Now, this is really big. She'll leave your first meeting feeling like you're the first guy she's ever met who actually understood her. Next, you'll discover the Colossus method of handling rejection, how to be totally unbothered by being turned down by a girl, and why using this calmness enhancer causes many women to reconsider and actually ask you for your number. Speaking of which, you're going to get the 30-second phone number trick. Ever catch yourself wondering how to get a girl's number? Use this trick and you'll be able to walk up to a complete stranger and have her typing her number into your phone inside 30 seconds. And here's a hint. You never have to actually ask her for her number at all. And much, much more than I have time to list out here. In fact, here's my simple promise to you as a guy who's been right where you are right now. Simply enroll in Get the Girl Code. Listen to what Miss X has to say. Learn how to understand women better than they understand themselves. And you'll be amazed at how easy it suddenly becomes to meet women, date women, sleep with women, have exactly the relationship with women you've always wanted. In fact, if you're like a lot of guys, you'll feel like you suddenly have a superpower. The power to get any girl you want quickly and easily and without having to lie, manipulate, or play a single game. Honestly, I can't wait until you feel what it's really like to have control and power in the game of love, to know with 100% certainty what women actually want, even though most of them don't know themselves, to have your pick of gorgeous, amazing women. In fact, just imagine for a minute. Imagine all that anxiety and fear and disappointment and anger you feel around women right now just disappearing almost like magic. Imagine that frustration you feel when a girl ignores you, just fading away. Imagine having your pick of any girl you want, of being the guy other guys get jealous of having tall, square-jawed movie star lookalikes actually asking you for dating advice. Better than that, imagine having a girlfriend who 100% loves you and who's so gorgeous she makes every friend of yours gnaw their arms off with jealousy. Would that feel good? Would that feel amazing? All right, I think you can feel how much you want this, how much you want the power to get any girl you want, with her actually thanking you for it. So let's just get to brass tacks and talk about the special one-time enrollment fee I've negotiated with Miss X as part of this presentation, and the bonus trainings I've convinced her to include as part of the special market test. Now, first, the bad news. The bad news is that when I first talked to Miss X about this, she insisted that we charge $497 for this life-changing program. And you know what? $497 was a totally fair price for this program because of the depth of the material and because the techniques and tricks in this program have only ever been shared with her high-priced private coaching clients before. And because Miss X is terrified that if we set the price too low, the stuff will get into the wrong hands. But here's the good news. I know that even though you'd agree with me that completely changing your relationship with women is worth way more than $497. Heck, I bet you'd agree it's worth thousands. That with today's economy, it might just be too much for you to handle right now. So I did something crazy and even a little bit selfish for you. See, if you've watched this far through this presentation, I know it's because you want this. You want to open up the mind, heart, and body of women as easily as you open a book. And I want that for you too. Because not so long ago, I was right where you are now, on the outside, looking in, wanting more than anything, going home frustrated every night, pissed off that I couldn't figure this girl thing out. And the idea that a good guy like you won't have access to this while jocks and jerks continue to get all the girls just pisses me off. So first I convinced Miss X to cut the cost of Get the Girl Code from $497 to $197 as a market test. And that's a total steal considering how this material is going to change your life forever. But I know $197 can seem like a lot of money, and I don't want something as stupid as a few bucks to hold you back. So if you promise me you'll act right now and that you'll actually use the incredible material Miss X has created for you, I'll let you have lifetime enrollment in the complete Get the Girl Code training for just one single payment. You never have to pay a single dime again, of just $69.99. Just pay this one tiny fee right now, and you get lifetime access to the program and never have to pay anything else again, no matter how long you're in the program and how many times we update it. Plus, just to make this a no-brainer for you, I'll flat out give you 5 of Miss X's advanced trainings absolutely free. First, you're going to get how to avoid the friend zone. In this 1-hour training, Miss X will reveal the exact psychological process women use to subconsciously decide to put a guy in the friend zone. Plus, you'll learn how to use friend zone armor to keep any girl you meet from putting you in the zone in the future, and how to get out of the friend zone just by saying 3 magical little words. Next, you'll get the sexual escalation formula. Ever been out with a girl and wondered how to get her hot and heavy and turned on? In this training, Miss X will teach you how to physically and sexually escalate with a woman so you can go from holding hands to hot and heavy in minutes. Third, you'll get my first ever one-night stand, in which Miss X teaches you how to make a one-night stand into a fun adventure for a girl. Plus, she'll teach you the F-buddy phrase that takes all the pressure off so she can let you ravish her and just have fun. Bonus number 4 is Miss X's Simple Seduction Checklist, a simple step-by-step instruction sheet that makes it actually impossible to fail once you've set your sights on a girl. And finally, you're going to get, and this is very powerful, the connection factor training, which allows you to be incredibly direct with women, say exactly what you want, and have her thanking you and smiling wide as she pulls you by the belt to the bedroom. You'll get everything I've talked about, the complete Get the Girl Code program, all the bonuses, thousands of dollars of material, lifetime access, all for just one single payment right now. And all you have to do to enroll is click the button below this video to enroll right now. Simply click the button below, go to the next page, enter your credit card information, and you'll have secured your spot in the Get the Girl Code program. And of course, your investment in the program and your investment in yourself is backed up by Michael Fiore's risk-free, no loopholes, 100% money-back guarantee. Here's how this works and all you have to do. Just say maybe to the Get the Girl Code. Go through the program, do the exercises, listen to the secrets Miss X has to tell you. Use your amazing new power over women to experience for yourself just how differently they react to you, look at you, feel around you. If for any reason at all you decide Get the Girl Code isn't worth much, much more than the tiny enrollment fee you've invested today, just contact our customer support at any time in the next 60 days and we'll refund your money as quickly as we can. With the banks, it might take a day, but we will refund your money right away. Now, why am I willing to be so generous with this guarantee? Because I want this for you. I want you to feel what it's like to be lusted after by a woman, to have your pick of any girl you want, to finally get that girl who ignored you to look at you with longing in her eyes. And I want this for the women out there too. Women who write into me every day wondering where the good guys are when I know great guys like you are everywhere, totally invisible to women because you don't understand them the way you need to. And again, all you have to do is click the button below this video to enroll in the program right now. Just click the button below, enter your credit card information, your one-time enrollment fee. You'll get into the program for as long as we put it up there, which will be years. You'll be able to dig through everything. You'll be able to grab the material and start using it tonight. If you've got that one girl you've had your eye on, you'll be able to go through, find exactly what to say to her, use it tonight, and find out for yourself how powerful this material that Miss X has put together actually is. Now, before we go, I want to talk to you about the one thing women find more attractive than confidence, because every woman says she just wants a confident man or a funny man. Now, ask any woman when she's feeling honest, and she'll tell you the one thing women are more attracted to than confidence is decisiveness. Women are drawn like moths to a flame by a man who knows who he is, knows what he wants, and isn't afraid to go after it. Which brings us to a really simple decision you need to make right now. It's your chance to be decisive. If you're still here, it's because you want this. You want to know what it's like to have women pounding down your door, to have the magic power to make a woman feel better physically and emotionally than she ever has before, to basically be a drug women can't get enough of. And right now, you're at a fork in the road. You've got to choose a path that will affect the rest of your life right now. And you really have just two options. Option one is for you to leave this page, ignore that craving you've got in your heart, go back to yearning after women in the street, lusting after the girl in the cubicle next to you, burying your anger in video games and work, and seeing women as some kind of alien species you want so much. You can go back to feeling that anger well up in you when that one gorgeous girl, the one who treats you like her gay best friend, comes crying to you when some 6'5" caveman breaks her heart. You can go back to peacocking yourself and trying to be a pickup artist, feeling that crazy anxiety when you walk up to a girl, feeling your testicles crawl up into your body and your face flush red when she sees right through your lines and games and ignores you or even laughs in your face. You can make the decision not to make any decision at all and find yourself wondering why hot, beautiful women ignore you, shove you into the friend zone, say how nice you are behind your back, or refusing to even think about dating you. Or you can make a real decision as a man. You can risk absolutely nothing, enroll in Get the Girl Code, and learn the simple, proven method to have all the sex, all the love, all the success with women you've wanted since you were a 14-year-old kid lusting after cheerleaders in math class. And all you have to do is simply click the button below this video right now. Enter your credit card information, take a deep breath, risk nothing, and dive into a whole new world where women really are easy. Easy to understand, easy to talk to, easy to date, easy to sleep with. Feel for yourself what it's like to have absolute control over your relationships with women. Become that one irresistible beacon women can't help but be drawn to. and let Miss X do all the work as you finally get the girl part of your life figured out. Think about it enough and you'll realize right away it's not really a decision at all. You have nothing to risk here. All of the risk is on my part here. All of the risk is on me in letting you get access to the material and trusting that you're going to use it the right way. Trusting that you're going to use this material to go out and meet amazing, beautiful women and treat them right. And again, all you have to do is click the button below this video to enroll in the program right now. Just click the button down below, enter your credit card information on the next page. You'll be sent an email with your login information to get the girl code. You'll go into the private area where only you and a select few other guys get access to the material. And you'll learn for yourself the truth about women, how to understand women, how to seduce women, how to make being with women easy. So a year from now, you'll look back and you'll laugh that it was ever difficult to meet a girl. All you have to do is click that button down below. All you have to do is invest in yourself. Risk absolutely nothing. It's totally possible you could go through this, come back later, you could use it, have a great time with it, have amazing success with it, and only then come back and say, you know what, Mike, I want a refund anyway. And you know what, if you want to do that, you can. I don't think you're going to, because I know how powerful this material is, and I know that once you see it in action, once you see the results you get using the simple techniques and tricks Miss X has created for you, you'll see the small amount you're investing in this program today as an absolute steal. So please click the button below, invest in yourself, come to the other side where women are easy. Now, if you're still here, I want to answer a few questions that might be holding you back from getting what you really want. If you're still here, it means to me there's some nagging voice in the back of your head telling you, I'm not quite ready yet. And I don't want some tiny little misunderstanding or a question in the back of your brain to keep you from getting into this program and getting what you want. So question number one, why can't you just tell me who Miss X is? A lot of guys write in, they say, Mike, why can't you just reveal who she is without me having to get into the program? And the answer is because Miss X asked me to. She's a public figure. She's on TV regularly. She has a podcast she puts out every single day. And she wants this small level of privacy. She wants this small level of deniability even, where she's able to be behind the scenes and not have to be out there having all these men and even women yelling at her about revealing these secrets. A lot of women might actually be a little pissed off at Miss X for telling guys like you and me the actual truth about what turns women on and how to seduce and be with women. Now, question number two, how the heck can a woman teach me how to meet women? Is she a lesbian? We get this sometimes from guys who think only a guy who says he's slept with 300 girls can have anything to say about how to actually meet and pick up girls, I suppose. The fact of the matter is the Miss X is not your average girl. No, she's not a lesbian. She's a straight girl, but she's spent her entire life dedicated to being a spy among women. If when you meet Miss X and get to know her, you'll get the feeling that she understands men a lot better than most women do. And that seems to be because she spent a lot of time hanging out with guys. She didn't have a lot of female friends when she was younger. And she discovered that as a girl, her breasts were kind of amazing camouflage, a way for her to be able to infiltrate groups of women and find out the actual truth about who women are and what women want, and then translate that in a way that guys can truly understand. Question number three, a guy says, I'm in India. Indian women are different. Will this work for me? Yes, this will work for you, whether it's in India, Afghanistan, Russia, South America, North America, Africa, whatever it's going to be. Women are women. So much of what Miss X teaches you is based off the evolutionary idea of what has occurred in women's minds over the last millions of years. And that is not different for women in India than it is for women in America or anywhere else. Question number four, I have a very small penis. Will this work for me? Yes, it will. As you're going to discover, actually, penis size is not that important to women if you understand her mind. Like I said before, for women, sex is 99.9% mental. Penis size only matters to women if you don't understand what sex really means to them. So yes, no matter how small your penis is, it won't matter in this case. Question number 5, can I trust your guarantee? You don't have to trust my guarantee because I have no control over it. The fact of the matter is, through the service that we use for our merchant account to process transactions, you can very easily go to them and demand a demand a refund, and you'll get it. I personally have nothing to do with it, but on average, I think like 6-7% of people who buy the program end up asking for a refund. Largely, that's because of guys who, well, some of them want to actually just rip us off, which is okay. You know, karma will get them eventually. And some of them are guys who have weird expectations about what they actually have to do. There is a small amount of work on your part here. You have to read through the material. You have to go through and do a few exercises that Miss X has you do. The results are really on us, though. And you can trust my guarantee because I know this stuff works, plain and simple. I know how well this stuff works. If you're a guy who's willing to do a small amount of work and invest in yourself, you will get results with this material. Question number 6, is this going to cost me money every month? No, not at all. I hate that personally. I know there are people out there who teach stuff who they use this opportunity to trick you into getting into some kind of monthly program. We do offer monthly programs, but if we're going to sell you a monthly program, you will know it's a monthly program from day one, from the first second you hear about it. So no, this is not a monthly program. It's a one-time fee, a one-time investment in yourself. But we do give you lifetime access to everything. And as we upgrade the program and add more into it, you will continue to get all that material for the future. Just the way I like to do business personally. Question number 7, I'm over 40. Can I use this stuff? Yes, you can. I will say, as a guy who's in his mid-30s now, but in my own business where I'm talking to women all the time, teaching women about men, there are so many beautiful, amazing women out there in their 30s and their 40s looking for a great guy who understands this material. This is the magic key to women. And if you're in your 40s, you're in a great position to be able to have your run of amazing, beautiful women. Question number 8, can I get the discount and bonuses if I think about it and come back later? No, you can't. Plain and simple, like I said before, decisiveness is everything with women, and decisiveness is everything with me too. If you're not willing to take, it's not even a chance. You have a guarantee. There's nothing that should be stopping you from getting this material. And it's totally possible that if you go away and come back tomorrow, this video won't be here anymore. It's totally possible that we'll have raised the price. It's totally possible we'll have taken the program down entirely. Question number 9, will this help me get my ex-girlfriend back? It'll help you get your ex-girlfriend in a way you never did before. A lot of guys who write in, they say, Mike, me and my ex-girlfriend broke up. She says I don't understand her. She says I don't communicate with her. She says she doesn't feel connection with me. Yeah, I get it. This material will help you get her in a way you never have before, and you can use that material to keep her from ever feeling that way again. Can you imagine what it'd be like to have a girlfriend who just loves you all the time? Even when she's, in her worst possible mood, she still just loves you all the time. So that hopefully answered your questions. If you're still here, this is your last chance. I want you to either click the button down below or go away and don't come back. This stuff works. This material works. This is the kind of thing that will change your life. You'll look back on today, the day that you watched this video and enrolled in this program, as the smartest decision you ever made. I know what it's like to be where you are right now. I know what it's like to feel like women are confusing, like they're aliens, like you have no idea how to deal with them. I was there until I learned the secrets that you're about to discover. So all you have to do is click the button down below and enter your credit card information and let us do all the rest of the work. Let Miss X do the rest of the work. She spent over a decade researching this material, putting this material together, working with her private coaching clients to have them use it out in the field, discovering what really works for any guy. And you have no excuse. If you're short, it doesn't matter if you understand this stuff. If you're overweight, it doesn't matter if you understand this stuff. If you have a small penis, if you don't make any money, none of this is important compared to understanding what truly goes on in women's minds and how to push those 3 buttons in a way that makes her feel safe and content and attracted to you in a way she never has to any man before. So click the button down below, and I cannot wait to hear about your success with Get the Girl Code.